It's Mr. Kelly with Good to the Hood, talking about anything and everything that impacts the culture. And today, I'm going to talk about Will Smith and Jada. And it kind of upsets me, not just for the fact of that particular topic, but honestly, I was getting ready to do a whole show on Will Smith. Those of you that follow me know I recently did one, kind of recently, did a show on defending Nick Cannon and saying we need to give Nick Cannon his flowers now because Nick does a lot of great things and has done a lot of great things. I feel the same way about Will Smith, feel the same way about some other individuals that I want to do shows on. But I'm like, the timing of this is terrible, man. So I'm postponing give Will Smith his flowers now so I can address this whole ordeal with Jada and Will. Like, it was crazy. So if you haven't heard, a couple days ago, it came out on actually Jada's show. It was just her and Will Smith. Now Jada has a show called Red Table Talk, and usually it's her, her mom, sometimes their daughter Willow's on there and whatever. And the Smith family already. Okay, so let's start here. The Smith family already is kind of unconventional in their approach to marriage, or not traditional. But it seemed to have been working, and is working for them, right? Many years ago, it came out that they have an open marriage. That Will Smith and Jada have an open marriage, and what that means is, at least from the interview that I saw, basically either one of them can still be with other people as long as the other individual knows, and it's not just necessarily just hooking up. It's, I don't know, whatever, but they're on some weird whatever. And it's crazy. Is it just me, or is everybody in Will's family seem a little off, except for Will? Like, Will Smith seems like just a regular dude. Like, Will seems like a regular brother that you could go get a beer with, hang out with, whatever. And Jada always seemed a little off to me, but nothing crazy. But just a little something there, right? Then the kids came out, and you're like, what the hell are they doing over there? And of course, I think like everybody else, we chalked it up to, well, they're born with money, born in a celebrity household where both parents are icons and all this kind of stuff, right? So we probably just chalked a lot of stuff up to that. But man, the more and more you get into their personal life or their marriage and the whole deal, like, man, what is going on, Will? Like, ain't you a regular brother from Philly? Like, this is crazy. Is this how Philadelphia's rocking? Is this how Philly's rocking? Because you don't see no crazy conversation or talk like this from anybody else from Philly, right? You ain't never heard of Meek Mill, Beanie Siegel, Gilly the Kid, no other rappers out of Philly. Like, what's going on? Is this how y'all get down or what? But whatever. Okay, so look, this whole incident happened 4 or 5 years ago, and why it's resurfacing now, I don't know. They kind of talked about that in the video. If you haven't seen the video, check out the video. Jada's video. It's 12 minutes long. It's just her and Will, and they're kind of talking about the whole situation. But it seems really odd to me still, right? Like, they're past it. That's cool. Typically it's like, hey, we don't care what's going on in anybody else's relationship. But I mean, if you're gonna put it on the internet, right? Here we are. We're all here for it. So it happened 4 or 5 years ago, and August Alsina came to Jada because he was hurt in some kind of way. They don't really go deep in the interview as far as what that was, but he had some serious issues and some things that Jada was supposed to help him through and help him heal and advise and whatever. And at that particular time, Will and Jada still married, but they were separated, right? As any of you out there that are married, sometimes these things happen. Where you're separated for a few weeks, few months, whatever, but you're still married. And of course, everybody has the rules for how that works for them. But I'm pretty sure having sex with somebody that's considerably younger, that came to you as a mentor, or needing a mentor, and as a family friend, seems a little bit off to me. So anyway, so when this had occurred, August was about 23 years old, and Jada was about 43-ish, from what I understand. Today, August is 27, Jada is 48, okay? And Will Smith is 51. So there's some age discrepancy there, right? Almost 20 years age discrepancy there, which as a whole is what it is if it's just a regular dating couple, but that's not necessarily what this was. And the circumstances surrounding it was somebody looking for healing and all that kind of muddy the waters for me personally on the whole ordeal. What's crazy is, had this come out and it was roles reversed, where Will Smith was separated, they were separated. Will Smith, there's a girl that was a family friend, 20-year disparity. Will ends up going to bed with her. Society, everybody in the culture, men, women, everybody gonna have a whole different outlook. But because it's Jada with a young man, it's more so acceptable. Therein lies the double standard, but it is what it is. So they said they're coming out now because they said they purposely in the beginning never said anything to the media. And I guess there's a couple magazines or outlets that are saying this, that, and the other. So part of the reason for going ahead and doing it on Jada's show is to clear the air and let the truth actually be out, and get all that clarity. The whole thing is that makes it kind of crazy to me is some of the stuff that she was saying. I was like, damn, this seems kind of hurtful, right? Like Will's sitting down there and he's laughing and they're both laughing and kind of whatever. But his eyes are kind of red, right? Like maybe he's holding back some tears or some anger or some kind of way. And Jada's just out there like just matter-of-factly speaking about the whole ordeal. And that seems a little off to me. And from what it seems like, it doesn't seem like Jada's really coming clean because it's out of the goodness of her heart and she wants to whatever. Look, it looked like she got caught. It looks like she got caught because she's talking about, and then there was an entanglement. And Will's like, entanglement? BZ, it was a relationship. And furthermore, like, entanglement, or are you talking about you was knocking boots? Because, right, entanglement's like something a politician would say, like, kind of, like, just use this big word out here, like, we don't know what it is. I was knocking boots. You and August was knocking boots. And they did make it abundantly clear that, which I'll say this, that August is not a homewrecker, and that from his vantage point, everything was cool and copacetic, and he wasn't trying to disrespect Will or whatever. So who knows what she had said to him. But she was like, she wanted to feel good and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, how are you healing this dude? Like, if I'm mentoring somebody, it just seems really mad off to me. He needed help, though, is the big thing. August needed help. Jada then was kind of selfish with it from my vantage point, from what it looked like to me on the interview. Was selfish, was like, oh, I got needs too, and I want to feel good, and blah, 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 and here it is. So, but again, like I said, at the time they said they were separated. Will thought he was done, all that kind of thing there. The other thing is that I haven't seen anybody talk about is, what about the kids? What about Jaden and Willow? Right now, all of a sudden, I'm sure they didn't know. I assume they didn't know. Maybe they did. But even that notwithstanding, now all this is out there that your mom was out here knocking boots with some cat that's a family friend that was coming for some help and some whatever. And so now all this is out there, right? So how are the kids feeling? How does it impact them? Like, look, the kids is already a little off on me, to me anyway. This can't help the situation as far as, so it's interesting. I'm just kind of looking, checking some of my notes here. Just want to make sure if I missed anything. Nope, I'm pretty much covered it. So look, that's my whole deal. Is that whole thing with Will and Jada? Not pleased with it myself. Doesn't really matter what I think, but that is my 2 cents on it. But yeah, Jada, like, to me, man, Jada went down about a notch or two on this one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, yeah, I don't know how to look at you the same. She cool, right? I got no beef with her. I don't think she's a bad person, but I just feel like, man, that was dirty, right? That's shady. And then Will, I'm already leaning towards that side of liking Will anyway. But I'm like, dang, Will, you the real deal. But again, looks like the Smiths are still together. They rocking and rolling it. They even had this little thing kind of playing off Bad Boys for Life, where they're like, they're ride or die for each other, bad marriage for life, right? They said it in jest, or playing off of the whole movie thing. I saw a couple other media outlets making a big deal out of that. But that notwithstanding, like, they've been together for 25 some years. They doing what it do. I wish them the best. But man, I'm just like, man, Jada, word? Like, you gonna do that to Brother Will? I'm not cool with that. But anyway, I will do another Will Smith video that I was gonna do anyway, but now I'm gonna kind of wait a little bit, gather some more data. But yeah, much blessings to them. Hope everything works out well. This is Mr. Kelly with Good to the Hood. If you haven't already, please subscribe. But until next time, peace.